All right, Judah, so just telling you, you're terrific in this movie. You pretty much
Thank you.
steal every scene you're in. You know, it's funny because I remember my generation growing up, there was never really conversations around discovering your sexual identity, gender identity, and now we're seeing a much more open conversation, and obviously your character is dealing with that. What type of research do you have to do as a young actor to really figure out how to play this type of character?
For me, I tried not to kind of play anything that had already been done or a stereotype per se. I think it was more about playing this kid who's wondering and who's confused and kind of trying to find himself, and not what society thinks he should be, but really what he is. And I think he's confused, and I think he's put up all these walls kind of as protection, which is why we see this incredibly hard exterior when inside he's just this really sweet kid.
One of the things I love is when you and Jake Davis discover each other, you kind of see each other as kindred spirits. He's discovering his own emotional openness, you're discovering your emotional openness. How did you guys build that chemistry on set with Jake?
Interestingly enough, my first day was actually the scene where we're demolishing the house. So, I walked on the set and was handed a sledgehammer, really. And so I can say, that was just the best icebreaker. Because, my first 2 days on set were me and Jake just, smashing this house. And after that, it was just, we were buddies.
You get to work with some of the best in the business, from Jean-Marc Vallée to Jake, Naomi, Chris. What do you take away from an experience like that when you get to work with Oscar nominees, Oscar winners? It's got to be incredible.
So incredible. I can say across the board, working with everybody was just surreal, and, I can say especially working with Jake, he brings such truth to his character, and it makes you bring truth to your character. And you're kind of these two characters having this dialogue, and I can say I learned so much, and it brought me up.
Jean-Marc's directing style, I'm such a huge fan. Loved Wild and Dallas Buyers Club. What makes him just this phenomenal director and able to tell a story the way he tells a story?
I don't know. He has it, whatever it is, But, he's brilliant. And I can say, working with him, one thing that we really worked on was feeling. And, he didn't give me any line readings or ways to say things. It was about, okay, what is Chris, my character, feeling at that moment that is bringing him to saying that? What is the emotion behind what he's saying?
I love the demolition part. I'm sitting there and I'm like, this has got to be cathartic. I'd be destroying the heck out of everything. Talk to me about those demolition scenes with Jake, because was it cathartic? What are you guys going through when you're destroying house together?
Yeah, I think character-wise, it's a really, really cool scene, because I think both of our characters have all this anger and this turmoil going on, and I think that it's freeing. And I think it's an opportunity for both of us to just get everything out and express everything, and kind of and like I said before, it really is, it's releasing and it's freeing.
I love, especially with your character's evolution, we see at the beginning this hard exterior, but then at the end he's discovering himself. Tell me about telling that story, that evolution that he goes through, essentially from child to man in a certain degree, or it's incredible.
Yeah, it was easier than it could have been with, Brian Sipe, my utmost gratitude to him. The script he wrote was just, everything was there, which made it so much easier for me as an actor, because you're not having to find things or try to add on, because everything that you need is, written there on the page. But I can say the majority of the film we shot in sequence. And so as my character evolved, it was really my character evolving through time, and that the way the filming process was scheduled allowed me to do that.
As a young actor, you get into this business. Are there actors and actresses that you pretty much look at and say, this is the way I'd like my career to unfold, this is who I look up to and would like to pattern for the rest of the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years?
Definitely. Jake's one of them, honestly. Really, I just have such respect for him. I can say Leonardo Dicaprio again. And
you remind me of him. It's so funny. You really
you.
do. I remember young Leo, and you really remind me of him.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. But I know everybody says Leonardo DiCaprio, but I'm still gonna. He's really incredible at what he does.